Send this one away. This will be taken short. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Cooper's got it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
Touchdown, defense.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. From the red zone now, Watson. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Watson now to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Credit that sack to Jabal Sheard. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, Watson. Buying time to his left. And he'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
19, 24.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half as his guys are able to regain the lead. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Hey, alert.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there for Indy. 41 yards.
And the Colts, first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They run with Hines. They find some open field here. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
How about that, partner? That's a gutsy run, a physical run, an explosive run, and he's inside the 10-yard line now. I don't know if you hand it to him again on this play, but make the defense think that you will, and maybe you have some options off of it.
Let's go.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. This is Hines. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
At the 1-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys have now moved out in front. Now the extra point. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard. Line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. Dancing to his left. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And I think the ball's out, and the Colts pick it up.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
On first down, it's Watson. Dumps it off to Gurley. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Back to throw, Watson. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game as they have taken the lead. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half.
And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Roethlisberger now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. He's got it to Hilton. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
That's another Colts first down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Roethlisberger now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. From 21 yards away, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the lead is down to 4. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This is taken at his 4. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Yeah, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Flushed out right. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Throwing again on second down. Roethlisberger. It's caught by Aguilar. 20, 10, touchdown, Indianapolis. Nelson Aguilar, 77 yards, as his guys have now moved out in front.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Point after, right down the middle, and that gives them a 3-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned. Because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. To throw once more on second and 10. Watson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jabal Sheard able to record his 5th sack of the season. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Here's Watson. Looking long for Thomas. And the throw there gonna be incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself,
and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Watson letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Mark it set. 19. Hey, watch the slant. 26.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Watson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Reuben Foster picks it, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
All right, Brandon, normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time, and that's another great play to come away with the football.
After the interception, here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. He's going to fire one deep, middle, and this is caught inside the 5. 33 yards that time. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do...
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Todd Gurley, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Zuerlein good with a PAT, and that will get him one closer. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 14. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 32-yard line.
Mike 54. Let's go. Come on. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, me and you all day. All day. Time to go.
On 2nd and 9. Watson. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
Here we go,
Here's Watson operating from the gun. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. Back now in Indianapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Zuerlein on for the field goal. A 46-yard attempt.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So with less than a minute gone by here in this 4th quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great 4th quarter.
Back.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Colts on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Roethlisberger will throw. Flush to his right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is taken at the 23. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it.
It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. On 2nd and 12, Watson forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now it's Watson. That's caught. It's Thomas. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. A 10-yard touchdown run. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Hines. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Roethlisberger. And Robinson with a big catch. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
37's the Mike 37.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. It's complete to Robinson. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Might want to remember that 3rd down play, 37 yards. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Roethlisberger to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Now it's Watson. Looking long for Thomas. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Now Gurley. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Watson now to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range, not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something done.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
This is taken at his 4. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
At their own 38-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. To throw is Watson. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a 1st down. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Cooper was the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down. And they need 5 yards on 3rd down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. A shotgun snap for Watson. Flushed out right. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. From the red zone now, Watson. And this is caught. It's Cooper. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Where's the tap? 19, 54. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, tried to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for L.A., they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.